All right.
And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Human Empowerment Experience. Kettlebell training and inspiration to empower you to live your better life.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. So
we're going to show you how to do that.
Yes, we are. So I want to kind of talk about this morning because this is what happens. I like to talk about things that are happening to me in the hopes that it will help you if you ever come across this or if you're feeling the same way. And my comment today on the opening post was, how is your stress level? How's everybody doing out there? Are you doing okay? I think
it's at 11.
You're at 11? I was at...
I'm just not. I'm not, actually.
No. Well,
most people today are.
Well, I was at 25 last night. Poor David had to deal with me. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about stress. If you let it, it can really take over your whole body physically. And it happens to everyone. So if you're in a place where you're feeling a lot of stress, just know that A, it happens to everybody. We're all human. And B, you have the choice. You can change that. You can change your mindset. You can actually physically get rid of that stress inside of your body. And
talk about a mind-body connection. There's evidence for it right there.
Yeah,
all you have to do.
Well, and it's not easy, honestly. But here are a couple of things that you will need in order to grab a hold of that stress and get rid of it so that you can move forward. One is you have to have a tribe. You have to have a person or people that you can go to that you can honestly say, I am shit ton stressed right now. I'm having a difficult time, and be able to talk about that with a person that cares about you, that accepts you exactly the way you are. And for me, it's David. He was here yesterday when I was totally stressed out. I don't freak out on the outside really. It's more of less the inside. And when you stress out, when you're stressed, you can feel the adrenaline. You can feel it's tiring. It's exhausting. So number one, you need to have a tribe or someone or people that you can go to that you can talk to about it and tell them, look, I'm stressed out, and talk about it and get it off your chest and hug you or hold you. That's what helped me out last night, was just the physical comfort of having somebody that cares about you put their arms around you and tell you it's going to be okay. The second thing is you need to love yourself. Make sure that you're getting the rest you can. Sometimes we're all stressed out, we don't sleep well. That was kind of me last night. But I got up this morning and I'm back on the regular routine. Move your body. Get up early. Don't sleep in and stay in bed with the covers over your head. It's not going to help. You're not going to feel any better. It does feel comforting, but you need to get up. Get up early. Start your day early. There's so much to the day when you get up early and start getting moving. Move your body, which is what we're going to do this morning. It gets the good things going in your body. It gets your body circulating, gets the air in there, and all that stuff. Eat well. Make sure you're eating well. Make sure you're having the meals that you need, that you're eating the foods. Good water. We drink Kangen water, which is alkaline water. Make sure that you're reading something every day that fuels your soul. Make sure that you are getting out in nature a little bit. Work hard, so continue your work. And have a moment of mindfulness. It could be meditation. It could be just a few minutes in the morning by yourself. For me, I get up at 4:30 a.m. I have a half hour just to myself where I can just I post something that is speaking to my heart, and then using some time to myself to kind of just and breathe and relax. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It really is. Make some adjustments if you need to. Let go of some things. Rearrange things that aren't working for you so that you can let the things that will be working for you into your life. Those are the little things that that stress level. It is a very stressful time right now. We've got so much going on. We live in the U.S., so we've got the presidential things going on. We've got COVID still going on. Our state is still literally in lockdown.
A Supreme Court circus going.
We've got the holidays coming up, which really invoke a lot of stress for people. So managing your stress is really important, and just don't let it get to you. And that sounds easy, but the steps that I just laid out for you are the steps that I take to kind of keep that stress level. So we're going to do the body movement thing. We're going to work out.
All right, let's do it.
We're going to get our bodies moving. So we're going to do a kettlebell workout because our RKC certified kettlebell trainer David Hill's here this morning with us in the house. And I am I work out with him, so I'm learning. So I'm really right along with
Very
him.
fast learner because she's paying attention.
Grab your kettlebell.
You know what? It isn't about paying attention to me. It's about paying attention to the forces the kettlebell puts in your body as you're swinging it. That's what's going to change your awareness of yourself, and that's the key to getting your shit together. All right.
And good morning to all of you, by the way. It's Wednesday. We're going to put our workout on. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up.
We are.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, that felt good. Place your fingers like so. Push them forward so it's stretching all the muscles on the inside of your arms. Bring them up. And a little bit of a bounce. Work it back.
You don't have to be rough on yourself here. Be gentle. Yeah. This is just a stretch. This is just a warm-up. So you don't want to go crazy. We're just warming up. We're just getting the body moving so that when we swing those kettlebells, we don't injure ourselves. That's not good.
Now, as low as you can go. As low as you can go.
And low for you might be here.
And now take your elbows and push them against your knees and push them out. I like to put my hands right together. A little bit of a rock back and forth.
This is stretching the hip flexors out a bit. And you just want to be gentle. You know, you don't have to push hard.
Hands on the floor, straighten your legs, point your feet forward. You don't have to straighten them all the way, just push them towards straight. Keep your palms flat, then work your legs. Reach.
And if you can't reach the floor, it's okay. You can go here. Each day, try a little bit. Try to get further down to the floor if you can.
Hands on your hips.
And this is my favorite. Hip circles. What do I say when I do hip circles? If you don't move it, you lose it.
You don't move it, you lose it. That's it.
And it's particularly in all of your joints.
Particularly this one, the center of your body.
Yeah. This is where the energy is.
You want center awareness? Do this exercise. You want mobility in your hips for any athletic endeavor of any kind? Stretch out your hips.
You know, a lot of people think that our brain is really what runs our body. It's actually the core and the midsection. It's actually all of this stuff in here that gives signals to the brain and the rest of your body. It's pretty amazing when you start looking at your body as one whole instrument.
When you understand that you think and remember with your whole body. It's a strange idea. It's not what they taught us when we were in school. But hey, they also taught us Christopher Columbus was a cool guy. So, you know.
This feels good too on the neck. And you just want to be gentle. We're just moving just to get our bodies warmed up a bit.
All right.
I think I'm going to do let's do backward shoulders to get the synovial fluid in your shoulders fired up. Just getting our bodies fired up to do this kettlebell workout. We work out Monday through Friday, and then we give ourselves a little bit of a rest on the weekend. We might do some play work, like we used to go out and play volleyball or sports, walking. But for a hard kettlebell workout, we just do Monday through Friday. And it's really amazing. We do what, work out 20 minutes a day. It's consistency that really matters.
One more thing. Let's come on down to the ground. Sit down on your butt. We're going to just roll back.
Hard fall for me. So we're rounding our back.
Chin tucked. You can grab the backs of your knees. Lift your hips up off the ground.
Hey, I don't hear as much of a thump.
Nice. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of a twist on this. It looks like this. I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to go the other way. Come back.
Now, if you have one of these back issues, you probably want to be careful with this one.
Just the other way. Good. All right.
That was much better, less thump.
Yeah.
Than I've had.
These things take time.
Come
on.
All right, so now let's see what we have with us this morning. We have and Joseph and Andy with us.
Oliver.
Do you have your
Christopher
kettlebells?
Ray. Hope you guys get your kettlebells.
You are in for a next treat. It's really
Well,
a lot of fun.
If that's a practice.
If you want to learn the basics, David has a YouTube channel,
Sensei David Hills,
where we talk about the basics of a swing, how to properly hold your body when you're doing the basic swing, that type of thing. All right. What are we working on?
Either side of the kettlebell. Hold at the hip. You're good. Okay. 2 hands on the bell. Drive into your heels. Shoulders are seated. And back down. Don't touch the floor. 1, 2. Think of your hips coming back and your hips coming forward. Don't think of going up and down. Think of going forward and back.
You can squeeze your gluteus maximus when you come up. Gives you some.
Okay. Now we're going to orbit it around our body. Grip tight on the kettlebell. Grip with your toes. Think of making a fist right in the middle. Think of where, put your finger in your belly button and then tighten all the musculature around it. Keep it fired. Here we go.
And you want to keep your shoulders seated.
Other way. And bring it to the rack.
We going up overhead?
Nope. Right here, just swing to the rack.
Heavy one.
You can change it to the small one. It's fine.
The key is to use your hips.
Change hands.
Bring that up.
And hold. Now, take a look. I want you to make sure that your wrist is not bent back. See this, how my wrist is bent back here? You need not this, but straight. Open your hand, and you'll see. You see the problem here? That's what I want. Straight wrist. This is bent. This is straight. Keep your elbow tucked in tight. Men are going to bring this around to the front a little bit more. This is more proper. A lot of women have to keep it a little bit to the outside for obvious reasons. This is fine. Change hands. Check your position. Check the wrist. Check the elbow. All right, bring it down into the side like you have a suitcase. Now, the kettlebell is going to want to bring you like this. You fight to stay straight. Sit back into your squat. 1, 2.
That's cool. But if you keep your shoulders seated,
Change hands.
it'll help.
Tremendously. Set it down. All right. So
These may seem easy to you or may look easy to you, but the progression of what we do throughout the week all comes together to form a unique total body workout.
Yep.
So, if you're doing it, you don't have to go in and do a heavy, hard workout every time that you work out. It's the progression that you have throughout the days. It's the consistency that you have. Really.
Okay, we're gonna, you want a smaller kettlebell? We're gonna start going overhead now. Grab the kettlebell, bring it to the rack position. Now, sit back into your hips, press it overhead. 1, re-rack. 2, 3. Go to 10. Change hands. Use your hips. Set it down. All right, now this is a perfect example of how kettlebell are properly used. If I sit back into my hips and push with my hips, the kettlebell starts to rise. Once it is rising, then I use my arm and push it up. If I start to rise and push as I'm using my hips, I work against myself. It's like a 2-stage rocket. First, the lower stage to get it moving. Then the second stage. If you fire the first and second stage at the same time, the second stage has to fight against the first stage. Take a look at it. Practice it. Realize that if I try to lift, if I try to fire this one while I'm going up with the first one, I'm actually fighting against myself.
So are you saying to get your hips like this and then that?
Correct.
Okay.
First, the hips fire, which sets the kettlebell in motion. Once it is in motion and you have finished the first stage, then you fire the second stage, which is the arm.
Now this happens quickly.
It's very quick.
This is something that
It's
is
1,
happening.
2, 1, 2, not 1, 2.
Want to give it a try? So that they can
We're going to do another set. You're going to do another set of 10.
Okay.
Don't kick your kettlebell like I just did.
Uh-oh. And you know, we're can you tell me why?
You're barefoot because your connection to the ground, this is what you're pushing against. You have to, for your balance, to get proper information to your brain about your position in space and connection to the ground, you want no shoes, because this is our natural state. This is going to give us the information we need about where to fire to stabilize the weight. It's far more important than the strength of your arm. It's the stability of everything holding, everything that supports your arm. And it's kind of elementary when you think about it, but they don't teach us this. Well, I'm teaching it to you, so now you know.
If we had shoes on, we wouldn't be able to feel the ground, and we wouldn't be able to get that energy from the ground in order to do what we need to do.
That's right. Okay, another set of 10, long cycle on each side. This time we're going to swing to the rack and press them. So grab your bell and to the rack. 1, 2, swing, rack.
Now I'm using a little bit lighter kettlebell than I would normally use. If you watch yesterday's show, David went over how to choose the right kettlebell for men and women. It is different for each. You can find that on my Facebook page or Sensei David Hill's YouTube channel. But ladies, if you are looking to work your upper body in terms of the chest area, the arms, back of your arms, all of that stuff, kettlebell training is it. I'm 58. And of course, the real big deal is for function, everyday living function. When you go to do things in your regular day, that you're doing them, you're active.
I've lost count. One more. Set it down.
I definitely wasn't counting because I was jabbering. But it is important stuff. When I go to put something on or I look in the mirror, I have lost these are my well, and I've lost.
Great. Doesn't she look amazing?
But it's kettlebell what you're training that is done it. And we only do 15-20 minutes a day, and I'm not using a really heavy bell.
Nope, you don't need a lot of weight. Okay. We are going to do some half get-ups.
Okay.
So here's what I'd like you to do. Bring the kettlebell to the racked position. Here in this seated position, scoot yourself forward a little bit. Make sure you have room behind you to roll back. Keeping that wrist straight. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to start with just roll back and press, and then return to this position. Watch the bell right now. Don't do it. Watch the bell. Watch this. As I roll back, it stays right where it is. I straighten my arm and then come back. Watch how high it is from the ground. I don't really raise it. I just go underneath it and come back.
Do you want to turn this way so
Sure.
they can see you? I'll scoot out of your way.
It goes like this.
So he's not moving his arm.
I'm not pressing the kettlebell. I'm pushing away from it.
And he's going underneath it.
See the difference? All right, I'm going to watch you.
Okay.
5 of them. Here we go. Roll back and press. And return. So extend your arm all the way as you go back. Nice. Now you're getting it. Tighten your stomach.
Okay.
It's okay. And change hands. This takes a while. Same thing on the other side now. Roll back and press it. Come back. 1. Whew.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to do one more of that same style of exercise. Well, it's going to look like this. I'm going to do, I'll just do roll back and straighten, and then keep it straight. So I roll back and straighten, keep it straight, and come up to here. I've got my other hand back behind beat of support. And then I keep it straight, roll back, and back up. Here we go. We watch you do a couple. Roll back and straighten. Keep it straight as you come up. Good. Want to do one more? Nope. So once it's straight, keep it straight. Roll back and come up with a straight arm. And now it's straight. Lock it out. Make sure you look at the bell. There it is. Yeah. Re-rack and set it down for a second.
It's heavy.
It is heavy. If you want, you can use the little bit lighter kettlebell.
I think I'm going to do, I mean, it feels okay. It's just, it's interesting when you do it. You make it look super easy.
I've done it a lot. This is not easy to do in the beginning. And if you're having difficulty, by all means, don't use the kettlebell. Use a shoe.
To start.
You know, put something in your hand, balance it. Okay, bring it in. Let's do 5 on each side. Here we go. And roll back. 1.
Straighten out.
2.
I think I'm going to have to go to my lighter.
It's okay.
Can you reach it for me? Sorry.
I'm going to do one more.
Yeah. Because I'm not able to keep, I need to practice keeping my arms straight. That is really hard.
Yep. These are not easy to do. These take practice. When you're ready, do 5 on the other side at your own pace. Sit her down. Beautiful. Yeah.
That was easier. And really what I'm doing is training my brain so that when I go to a heavier one, my brain knows where my arm placement is. It knows to keep it straight. So even if you're using a lighter weight and you're like, oh, this isn't feeling like anything, it is. It's training your brain to do that the correct way.
Yep. And visualize it. Lie there, motionless, doing the exercise in your head. Your brain will respond as if you're actually doing it. It's like you get a internal, visceral, emotional, muscular reaction to watching a movie because your brain thinks that it's happening to you, whatever's happening on that screen.
You know that athletes do that?
Absolutely.
Like,
winning athletes do.
Yeah, they visualize.
Visualizing
like, let's say it's a runner. They visualize running the race and winning the race.
Yep.
Before they run it. Any top athlete does visualization.
Yes, they all practice the power of manifestation.
Yeah.
And up.
Get up there tonight.
I get up the way I learned how to get up doing kettlebell and jiu-jitsu.
Are we doing swings?
We're going to do 50 swings real quick. Want this one?
Yeah. So now we can go to a heavier one for me. To do the swings.
We're gonna try to do this. Here we go.
And you're using your hips. You're breathing.
$25. 30. 35. 10 more.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. And it works cardio. Now, my friend Ryan, I told you about recently, sent me I haven't actually looked at it, but he sent me a post that somebody made, and the guy did, I don't know, a lot of kettlebell swings in a month. Every day he did a certain amount, and literally changed his whole body.
Everything.
So even if you're doing like that,
Swing is the
and working
quintessential exercise.
then you're going to change your whole body. We do other things like set up and other.
Even all the other stuff, they're all just variations on the power dynamic of the swing. Whew, yeah.
So now, what this is doing is it's got our body moving, all of the blood, everything in our body is raring to go. It's putting into our body the chemical, the happiness chemical.
Dopamine.
And it literally will help stress, depression, all of that stuff. So if you're really stressed out, don't go, you can go inward to do some meditation or mindfulness, but also do some physical work. It really helps you get things going.
Virginia Gay.
Makes you feel better. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on with us this morning. We'll do some shots. Amy, my friend and neighbor, Marilyn Swan, who used to be Marilyn Brown. Yanina, good morning. So good to see you. I love seeing her post about her two beautiful daughters. So happy to have you here with us this morning. And my neighbor, Marilyn Brown, she was a childhood neighbor of mine. We had 6 kids in the family, and it was always so much fun to go to their house because we could do all kinds of stuff. Her mom worked nights and her dad worked days, and we didn't do anything bad. We were just being kids, but it was just a lot of fun. Okay. Thank
All right.
you so much for joining us today.
Have a lovely day, folks.
We appreciate your support, sending you love, joy, peace, and happiness, and sending those healing energies to those in the world who are suffering today. Hope that they find some peace in their lives and are living for their life of passion and purpose, or move forward towards